Chapter 110. Traps. Colette couldn't help herself. She watched the propaganda the Shapers flooded the internet with. When she couldn't watch, she listened while she and Click Click worked diligently. Days passed that way. A week. It felt like forever, and a single day all at once. The repetitive work and long hours were exactly what she expected. She had planned for it, for a year or more. Still, buried in the work as deeply as she was, time stretched in strange ways, both impossibly long and barely a heartbeat. All the while, Shaper propaganda played in the background on an endless loop. Occasionally, Click Click would make a responsive hum of annoyance, his shell plates clicking softly together. She rarely noticed what it was in response to. Even less often did she care. This time felt different. Click Click was clicking wildly. The rhythm was sharper, more urgent and angry than annoyed or appalled. Louette cocked her head and she listened. It sounded like an advertisement. She moved back into the container to see the projected images accompanying the video. For over a minute she stood and watched, her mouth slowly falling open as the seconds passed. "Ryland, you have to see this," she said as the holographic call connected. Ryland stood in a canyon, driving rods into tall rock walls. He paused at Bouette's projection, curiosity creeping into his expression. "It's important," Bouette continued urgently. "What is it?" "We're barely half done," Ryland answered calmly. Bouette reminded herself that he didn't know. He couldn't know. "Aye," she said, her voice tight. "The Shapers are opening portals to other worlds." Ryland's eyes locked onto hers instantly. His breath caught in his chest and stayed there. His voice vanished entirely as his mind raced. "Rye!" Bouette yelled. Ryland didn't blink. He didn't move. His thoughts were racing. His mind was already calculating timelines, the Noctium, and their plans for Earth once everything was in place, which would be weeks, maybe months from now. Eventually, a desperate hope forced its way into his voice. How do you know?" he asked. "They're advertising other world experiences. They're opening portals to shaper worlds. They're allowing Earth to see the universe." Wet shared the advertisement, and they watched in silence together. The Shapers traveled from world to world, offering their guidance to civilizations on the verge of collapse. Wars, famines, plagues, weapons of mass destruction, chemical accidents, and anything else that might mark the end of your society. The video showed the ruins of worlds the Shapers themselves had destroyed, had brought the Noctium to. The visuals were horrific. Ryland recognized the cities and sites immediately. Images of thriving societies were overlaid on each ruin. Crowded streets, gleaming towers, thriving life. One by one, they faded slowly into the background, leaving only the ashes and shattered landscapes behind. Ryland tried to swear. He tried to say something, anything. Only a rough burst of air escaped him as rage burned hot in his chest. "We save everyone we can," the woman's voice continued smoothly, "and guide their civilizations toward more stable foundations, laws, systems, and governments that will protect the people for generations to come." Scenes of other worlds followed: wild nature, impossible buildings, minor feats of magic, technology far beyond anything Earth had imagined, even in science fiction. The images were professionally edited, each one landing like punctuation for the narrator's voice. "Through the Shapers, your world will usher in prosperity and civilization previously imagined only in books and film of fantasy and legend." The footage shifted again. "You can be the first of your people to visit other worlds. Join the Shapers, explore things you could never previously imagine. Seek lives of fulfillment and adventure today." The advertisement ended with images of a Shaper recruitment camp, smiling humans signing up to explore and serve the newly arrived aliens. Ryland started to speak, a quiet sound forming. "Just wait," Bouette said sharply. It wasn't a request, and the video continued. "In 8 days, the Shapers will open portals to dozens of worlds. 400 portals around Earth will be opened so your people can witness what exists beyond what you've always known. Safety will be assured by Shaper escorts and tour guides. But the Noctium, Ryland said, ignoring the voice as it continued. They know. They have to know. Vouette muted the video and stared at him, her brows raised. 400 portals to other worlds. Even if they're only slightly higher essence levels, it'll bring the Noctium in days, maybe hours. Her voice trembled now, panic creeping through every vein like poison. Ryland's eyes darted side to side, searching for something, anything. They know, Rye. They know you'll have to act. Vouette rushed on. Ryland drew in a slow breath and locked eyes with his friend. Vouette, you need to go to Sanctuary. Find Orla. We need more help than we can get on Earth, and faster than I think we have. Vouette just stared at him. Vouette, go. We can complete our work after we avert the Noctium. But Rye, there's so much left to do. Her face mirrored her internal defeat. Ryland gave her a gentle, sad smile. I have a plan. Orla will help. Tell her what happened and how long we have. Before she could argue, he reached out and ended the call. Vouette blinked. Then she threw up her hands and screamed, loud and raw. Behind her, Click Click hummed sadly. She turned towards him. You stay. Keep working. We're already months behind. Vouette stepped into the container and collected a small bag, a drive with the video, and the remaining things she might need. Then she surrendered to the pull of Sanctuary. The world folded. A moment later, she stepped into their abandoned lair in the city that might have her final hope.